beautiful Aries, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career reading for December 2022. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details, and I will also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is your career reading for the month of December. I can't believe how we are already here at the end of the year. It's happened so quickly, but there we are. So let us get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome for you. But you should actually feel the influence from your 9th house, which is all about understanding your calling. You know, having a quest for meaning and making your dreams or your goals become a reality. So you may feel as everybody else is winding down the year, you're thinking about all the potential that you have for next year. So you will feel that push and pull energy because of course Mars is retrograding and you are governed by Mars. So this can be all about you deciding what is the next step. And you may be eager to take the next steps, but you're also it's almost like you're unwinding, or it's going to be a bit of a slower pace as we move throughout December. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Can you please guide them? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to be aware of? Okay, they want me to go one more in this position, so I will. Thank you so much. We've got the Star. Interesting. And what I'm seeing so far is that your hard work is setting you apart from other people. I see that your heart, you know, has a desire to take you in a certain direction. And I see that you are accomplishing your goals. I see a lot of you are tying up loose ends as you close out the year, perhaps finishing projects, making sure deadlines are met, making sure that perhaps you are being really balanced in the spending of your finances, because there is the potential sometimes, especially during this part of the year, to overspend because we want to lavish our loved ones with gifts to let them know that we care about them. But of course, they know that you care about them. You don't need to spend your money and show them through physical items, but I feel like you're being moderate in your spending as well. Let me see what is happening for you. Definitely very much in charge. Okay, very much in charge of your destiny. Your first card here is of hard work. We've got bees. So bees tend to be communal. They come together and they work together to make something really, really special. So either you're working with other people to complete tasks or projects in order to tie everything up before you close out the year and move into a new year, or you're looking at the things you have to do to make sure that you're hitting targets so that you can have some me time. If you work for yourself and you're an independent contractor, for example, I feel like you're starting to see things pay off for you. Your hard work is bringing reward. I mean, it says here, sweetness, cooperation, hard work, focus, dedication, sweet results, and duty. So it is difficult. I see that, you know, the 10 of Wands and the 6 of Swords there indicates that right now, your protagonist energy, the energy you're feeling exhausted. You're almost close to burnout. And you can't wait to sort of really either take a break, or you can't wait to even go on vacation, or because I feel like there's movement here. It's like, oh, and then I'm done. Peace of mind. But you're in the flow of the hustle as you move throughout most of December. But then I get this real change of pace for you, where things just become calmer, and then you start to really reflect on the year and look at all that you've accomplished throughout the year and setting new intentions, new goals, and strategizing for the year ahead. Okay, but I feel like everything you're working towards, whilst it may not feel like it because you're right in the middle of it, making things happen, working really hard, there is benefit, there is reward. You are building something special, and everything is coming together for you. Okay. Excuse me. Now we've got the World card. This is again your protagonist energy. So you're very goal focused in this month. This is about being in the right place, the right time to complete whatever task or goal you are trying to accomplish and being successful at it. Okay. This is a card of being proud of yourself as you close out the year and look back and think, you know what? I did the best job I could do possible. And whilst it has been a bumpy road and you're really glad to see 2022 close its door and open the way to 2023, I feel like you have accomplished quite a lot, and your guides want you to be able to take stock and realize that actually you've done really well. Be proud of yourself. Okay, now what I see here is a question mark. There should be a question mark in the water right now. So perhaps you are seeking answers. I mean, your ninth house does indicate that you are trying to understand your calling. You may even go towards higher learning or have a quest for meaning in whatever job or calling you feel like you have, because the World card is like, should I stay where I'm at? Am I in the right place right now? And the Six of Swords says, if I'm not, I better change. I better move. I better make a decision as to whether I should relocate. So you may be looking at all the hard work that you've accomplished and wondering, is it good where you're at? Or is it time to relocate to a new position? It doesn't have to be that you're leaving a company or that you are physically moving. It can mean that you are going to perhaps ask your boss or those in power at your workplace for some sort of new project, raise, or even, you know, a new position that really sets your soul on fire. Something that's really interesting to stretch your muscles, your brain synapses, make them really enthusiastic about achieving something. But I feel like you're actually maybe in appraisal season. I keep getting this energy for a lot of people being in appraisal season. So you may be called in to talk with your boss or have some sort of meeting, a little bit of a one-to-one. I said one-to-one and my guide said tete-a-tete. Okay, so I don't speak like that. So maybe you're calling it that, or maybe that's what your office or workplace calls it, head-to-head, basically. In order to strategize for the next year ahead, anything that you want to accomplish, areas where you feel like you could improve, because I actually see a lot of improvements for you in general. So whether you decide to stay where you're at or whether you actually are moving somewhere else, I see success for you. I feel like you're following your heart and you're making plans for the next step of your career. Okay. Also, when you get this card, this is about vibrational attainment. So you're reaching a high vibe. You're leaving the year on a high vibe, which actually attracts more abundance, more success, more of the good stuff, okay? But I definitely see you being very productive in the month of December, trying to get everything done. And I'm talking about not just work. I feel like in your private life as well, you're doing a lot of multitasking, perhaps trying to get everything ready for festivities if you celebrate, and if you do not, you're just trying to close out deadlines so that you can either book a vacation or just take that holiday break where you're like, oh, and relax. Okay, now we've got the 10 of Wands, which tells me you have been working really hard. You may have been burning the candle at both ends. This is a card of overcommitting yourself, so be mindful of that in the month of December. You may get lots of invitations to attend lots of things, and there may be something in your calendar or your diary that you forget about and you double book yourself, because I get this energy of double booking. Okay, so watch out for that. You're going to be very popular in the month of December, my beautiful Aries. I see lots of invitations coming in for you. This could be connected to work, but it could also be your friends reaching out or community events. There's lots to do. It's busy, busy, busy. But it's interesting because it's busy, but you're taking it at an easier pace, because I feel your protagonist energy right now, you're like doing so much, you're exhausted. Okay, this is like toil and labor. You're nearly burnt out or you're overloaded with work and you feel like you need to get stuff done before you hit the end of December, shall we say. Now, the 10 of Wands also indicates that you may be in a process of looking at the rest of the year that you've just gone through and really self-reflecting and looking at areas where you can release the excess, release all the things that didn't work, and keep all the things that do work. This is a card of, you were very strong to tackle this year. And whilst it had a lot of obstacles and challenges, you got through it. You're still here. You are moving on to better things. And I feel that it has been a struggle, but I feel like you're clearing way for new beginnings. You are ready for the new year. I feel you will welcome it in better than most signs, okay? Also, with the Ten of Wands, this is a card of perhaps having a little bit of anxiety over finances. If you're in debt, for example, you will look at paying the smallest bill first so you can knock them down as they come. It will get easier. That's what they're giving me. It will get easier. There is some financial growth here as well, but I feel like a financial plan or some sort of curbing your spending. I feel like you're already cutting back in certain areas in your life anyway, but I definitely get you having a financial plan, sticking to it, and being able to conserve more money, okay? Ten of Wands, you're ready for change. You're ready for new. You're done in a place. So whether it's you're done and ready for the holidays in your current workspace, or you're thinking about putting your resume out there to see if there's anything that is a little bit easier when it comes to your working environment. Six of Swords is a card of relocation. So perhaps you are due a move or you're going through some sort of transition. Could also mean that where you work right now are relocating, or perhaps they're doing some sort of refurbishments or definitely a restructure of a working environment. Could be that they're bringing in new practices, new ways of working, new electronic equipment or programs that perhaps everyone's got to learn. So I feel like there is change afoot for you. Some of you may actually decide to leave where you're at because it has been so troublesome, it has been so difficult, and you just feel like you have a lot of talent. If you don't feel that way, you definitely do. You need to know. Your guides want you to be aware that, if your heart's not in it, or you just feel like you're not gelling with people at work. You may feel that these people are impatient, they're self-serving, they are people who do not see or appreciate your talents, and they're all for themselves. Then I definitely get this energy of you leaving, okay, or putting the feelers out to find new opportunities. Six of Swords indicates it's been a testing time, but your guides are taking you out of those challenging times into something better, into something new, okay? But I really get, those cards there is like, I can't wait to escape for the holidays. I can't wait for a break. That's what I keep getting. I can't catch a break. I can't wait for a break, okay? Six of Swords, if you are relocating, it could be physically that you're relocating in terms of a move. Some of you may be moving home and getting a new opportunity elsewhere. I feel like it'll lead to a lot of growth, and I feel people where you're moving to will appreciate your skills and your talents. Even in uncertain times, it's going to work for you. Okay, I see it's going to be something that's very lucrative for you. Also, I get if you're trying to go independent and set up your own business, I guess I can see I guess you're sort of thinking about this right now, and I feel like you're not going to implement that until either the end of this year or into the next. But I feel like you're doing a lot of thinking about it because the swords are connected to the mind, ideas, and you may have been having a lot of brainstorming recently to try and find a way to either set up your own business or become an entrepreneur, or perhaps you are one and you've got side hustles going on and you're trying to have focus. If you are setting up your own business, have patience because it's something new. Okay, you learn as you go, but there are wonderful videos online, I'm sure of it, on YouTube. There's a video for everything on YouTube. If you want to learn how to set something up, or if you want to elevate in some area of your career and you don't have the finances to invest in learning right now, then there's definitely loads of videos out there for you to learn for free, okay? So wonderful tool to use there. But I get this energy of you stepping into a leadership role and really owning it, okay? So whether that's you becoming an entrepreneur, or whether that is you stepping into a leadership role, perhaps there's a promotion because of all your hard work. There is sweet reward for all the work that you've been putting in. So whether that is you being tapped for a promotion, okay, because I feel like there's an offer. There's definitely an offer coming in for you, okay? But the heart is in the resistance position. So perhaps because you've been so busy, you've lost the love for what you do, or you've lost that passion for what you do, because when you're doing something, even something that you're passionate about, sometimes you can be on autopilot and you're just doing, and you're like, do I love this anymore? I mean, it's so difficult, especially if you've gone through a real testing time, or if, for example, a lot of your work is seasonal. It can be the pressure is on to get stuff done, to get stuff over with, and then there is the ease. But when you're right in the mix of pressure, or a lot of things going on, you're doing a lot of multitasking, sometimes you're like, and this is as humans, not just as you, Aries, sometimes we're like, you know what, forget it, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm just done, I'm leaving, I'm done. I would say don't make any rash decisions, because it does get easier. But if you're thinking about following your heart, because at the end of the month, this goes towards this, it goes in the upright. If you're following your heart to your true north, you cannot go wrong. There will be success for you, okay? So it says here, love, passion, romance, crush, joy, fulfillment, pleasure, affection, and loving. Now, it's the planet of Venus that governs this card. So it's really about asking, do you still love what you're doing? Are you, on your true path? And if you're not, how can you get to your true path? And how can you make the changes to actually be on your prosperity path, your true calling, your true north? Now, some of you may have been working really hard and be like, you know what, Baba, I've been working so hard. I got no time for romance or having fun or pleasure or anything like that. I just want to kick back and relax. Well, that is going to happen. Round about mid-month, round about the 14th of December, the energy changes for you completely, and it's all plain sailing. That's what I feel. Also, I feel like you'll probably be getting out, having fun. I mean, you've got the Three of Cups there, which is an indication of getting out and being in good company with friends that you care about, celebrating, or just going out and drinking, having fun, whatever. It's a circle of support. So I feel like you're going to be able to connect to your nearest and dearest and just relax and just feel like the world is good again, okay? Now, also, some of you, I would say, if things have been difficult at your working environment because there's been a bit of an office romance, I feel like, or an office romance that perhaps is coming to a close, I feel like you will get healing on that, and you will, I feel like you'll be offered either something else within that company, or you're putting your feelers out to see if there's another opportunity elsewhere. So if there's been a bit of a dalliance between you and somebody and it's, closed off, it's actually, you've actually finished that now. I feel like you learn a lot of lessons, and in hindsight, you may think, oh, I wish I never done that. But actually, it gives you knowledge of how to be professional when things like do not go in your favor. I'm only saying that because many years ago, I also had an office romance with somebody, and it went horrifically, okay? And luckily that person worked on another floor, but it was always like roulette. Lift roulette, when you're taking the lift from the 7th floor down to the ground floor, and suddenly it stops at the 3rd floor, and you're like, no, don't let it be him. And then of course he gets in, and it's a really awkward like lift ride all the way to the bottom. So I feel like you're learning, okay? That's not going to resonate for everyone, but it's just come up there briefly, so I just want you to be aware of that. Now, the Temperance card is an interesting one, especially in this position. If you're feeling that perhaps you've had low motivation or low drive, or you haven't had passion for what you do right now because you're burnt out, I feel like go easy on yourself, have compassion. This is a card of patience, but in the reverse, it's like feeling impatient, feeling snappy, things feel disrupted when we're not in the flow, okay? So there may be a period of adjustment that occurs for you over the month of December, where you start to think, hang on a minute, you know what? Am I just not enjoying it because I'm so pressurized and everyone wants something from me and I just feel like I've got no time for myself? Or is it I've come to the end of my time at this place, or something needs to change? And once you make those conversations in your mind and you really focus, you're given an opportunity to make a choice as to whether you want to stay with what you're doing, or whether it's just that you've been so busy recently that it's been difficult, but you still love your job. So I feel like you're asking, it's like the quest for meaning, okay? I feel like you are kind of like, am I on the right path? Does this job suit me? Does this job or this career sector bring out the best in me? Is it something that I am making a mark in? I feel like it's big questions that you're actually asking during this period. Also, the Temperance card will be upright, which means things become more balanced, they become easier, you're in the flow. Some of you, because the Temperance card is a card of duality, will be thinking about how can you set up a second stream of income, or perhaps you've already set that up and you're trying to, have many fingers in many pies, and you're actually doing a lot of multitasking, trying to get everything done, and you're just feeling a lot of pressure. It will ease. Things do get easier, just to let you know. But if you are setting up a second stream of income and becoming an entrepreneur, I see it working relief in your favor, and it's going to be very, very lucrative, okay? I feel like you're mixing things up. Because if you feel that you are unfulfilled or unstretched in some area of your career, or there's something about your career that you really don't like, I feel like you're making changes so that you find more peace, so that you find a way to evolve and level up to the next stage. With the Temperance card, this is a card of mediation. It's almost like meditating on what's occurring right now so that you can find balance within your working environment. Okay, and I feel like you're mixing things up to create something really special. Two of Swords, though, in this position indicates something that perhaps you had to make a decision on, or something that you were struggling with. Suddenly you see, suddenly you realize the direction you need to take, and you're using your instincts and your intuition to take you to where you want to go. Your outcome energy is the Moon. So that is about using your intuition to find a way through the struggles, to find an easier way to do something which will actually help you in the long run. For some of you with the Two of Swords, I guess this is an energy that's coming through. I'm trying to pick up the energy of what it is. And this one, it's almost like I can't quite grasp it, but I'll give you what I think the energy is giving me. It's like you have to compromise on something. So for example, you may love your job, but it doesn't pay as much as you'd hoped to just pay the bills and also be able to save for, building a life of luxury or buying a home. So you may have to make a difficult decision of either taking up a second stream of income or leaving that space in order to find a job that does bring in more money. So you may have to compromise or make a decision that you're finding it difficult to commit to right now. But I definitely get by the end of December, you know the direction you're headed in, and you're moving there, and you're going to be very successful in that arena. Your intuition, your heart, it knows the way. So take some time out to pause, to listen to your inner guides, your inner world, and you will get the answers that you seek, okay? Two of Swords also indicates that right now you're feeling a little bit stagnant. How is it that you're so busy and yet you feel like you're still standing still in the same position that you've been in for a while? It may feel like you are constantly working, but you're not making progress. But your guides are indicating you are making progress. It's just right now there's a bit of a lull period, and it's like you may feel like there's no support, and you may feel there's a heavy load, like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. And whenever we're looking at our world from that viewpoint, we always see the negative, okay? So take a breath, take a step back, and really look at all your accomplishments to this date. Look back over the year, how you may have struggled, how you may have had to be very diplomatic with somebody at your work environment, how you wrestled a very difficult situation, but yet you found the answers and you came through on the other side. The Three of Cups indicates that right now, as you're in the flow of being really busy, you may not feel there's anything to celebrate. But as you move to the middle of the month, there is a lot to celebrate. I'm going to pull a card here because this is the card of really good news, good times ahead. It is a card of people coming together, working together as a community, rather than lots of office politics and things like that. There's something to celebrate here for you. And I feel like you're going to get an opportunity to kick back and relax and enjoy and be proud of yourself for everything that you've accomplished. But just let me pull a card on that for you. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? King of Cups. Following your heart, the Star. It will lead to success. Okay, some of you maybe said, if you're already like a boss, or you already have a position, or you're a manager or something like that, I feel like, people like you. They really care about you, and you're very fair. This is a card of nurturing something that's close to your heart. It could be a dream. It could be, a vision that you have. It could be a goal. Whatever it is, nurture and listen to your heart. King of Cups is all about you put all of your heart, your soul, your talent, your energy, your drive, and your commitment to your prosperity path, path to your true calling, okay? And the star indicates you are tapped for success. The star sees you standing out from everybody else. So some of you may actually see that you're going to be given a raise or a promotion or some sort of new status in your career. You're definitely leveling up to the next stage. The King of Cups, you know, he always sits there with a bit of a smile on his face, and he feels really proud of himself because he followed his heart. Male or female, not a gender specific feeling, or reading. That was a nice slip there. The star indicates you're right on track and you're going to be given some sort of wish. I feel like stars are actually aligning for you to find more success in your career, be more optimistic, find inspiration, something that you love doing. It's like, okay, I'm engaging my heart, but does it also interest me? Does it also excite me, what I do? I feel like you're finding a way to inject a little bit of enthusiasm into your path. Also, I get this energy of you creating healthier working practices so that you're not always on the go, feeling stressed. You're building a schedule, okay? You got the star twice, so that indicates some sort of success. It also indicates a brighter future to look forward to. So I really feel like you're looking forward to 2023 because you know, deep down, you know it's going to bring a lot more positive energy, okay? Now, we also have the tree. The tree, of course, is about stability. It's about planting roots. It's about expansion and growth. As we come to the end of the year, I feel like you're thinking about your health in your working practices. So I feel like you're trying to limit the amount of stress you have. You're trying to manage that stress because you are a human being, my beautiful Aries. You're not always a human doing. So give yourself a break. You don't have to do it all in one day. You don't have to do it all. Sometimes we can delegate. So find areas in your life where you can ask someone for help, where you can say, okay, if, for example, you are a parent and you have children, you know, you can ask if you're still with your partner, you can ask your partner or members of your family, hey, you know what? I would really love to get out shopping today for my little one for their gift, but I just don't have the time to do it all and pick them up. Could you pick them up? That would be awesome. And then I'll go and get the gift. So you can find areas where people can perhaps help, even if it's a friend that you can rely on to help you in some way. But as you can see, longevity, health, growth, ancestry, past life, deep-rooted, expansion, and slow. So this is an indication that you've been looking at areas where you felt reward has been slow. You've been working really hard and you're looking to expand. So if it's a side hustle, I definitely see it taking off. If it's you're staying where you are, I definitely see that you are slowly moving up through the ranks, but it is happening. Okay, it is happening. I feel like there is expansion here. Also the tree, I mean, it connects to ancestry and things like that. So if you've gone into a business that perhaps was family oriented, or your parents or guardians or your grandparents, they did it before you, and perhaps it's something you just followed into, but it really wasn't the thing that you love doing, I feel like you're following your heart. Similarly, if you feel, you know, a desire to go and do something that perhaps your parents or guardians or grandparents used to do, you may actually make changes in order to go into that career sector as well. Whatever it is you're trying to expand on, I feel like you're finding a way through difficult or uncertain circumstances to be successful. I definitely see a lot of you standing out in any appraisals that you do. I definitely see people appreciating your skills. If you work for yourself, I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit for all the accomplishments that you have made over the last year. And I feel when you kick back and relax, you will actually see how far you've come, okay? The Moon card, using your intuition through challenges, you will find a way over that mountain, but it calls for self-reflection, okay? It's important to really tap into your unconscious mind or your subconscious. Also, this is a card of creativity. So a lot of you are going to feel a lot more creative in the way that you work over the next couple of weeks. So you may change the way that you work. Those may be the transformations that you're making in your working environment, okay? But this is a card to pay close attention to your dreams, because you are capable of making those dreams come to reality, okay? Also, with the Moon card, it's interesting to realize as well that when we are under pressure, sometimes we have mood swings. You know, if we're under pressure and always on the go, we'll reach for the quick fix. You know, if we need some energy, an energy boost, we might reach for the sugar option, or we may reach for the quick option that may not necessarily be right for our bodies. Okay, and it just perpetuates this cycle of, you know, energy being up and down, and it can actually make you feel low mood or low vibe. So it's important to make sure that you regulate your emotions through food and getting better sleep and exercise and things like that, because they're just highlighting with the moon card that sometimes there can be a fluctuation in mood. And because you got the 10 of Wands there and 6 of Swords, whilst things are getting easier, it can mean during that period where you're feeling you're on the go all the time, you can get a little bit snappy. Okay, just to be mindful. But I feel like, you know, if there's any grievance or any snappiness that's going on within the working environment, I feel like you do heal that. There is a resolution between you and people. I feel like people understand, everybody gets under pressure and they're not taking it personally, is what I'm getting. Okay. The star energy is about, you know, recognition, reward, success. Everything is slotting into place for you. And the star is like you envisaging something new, being inspired. It's almost like I'm getting a new year, new you. And you're going to change some things that lead you to expanding. 2023 is actually going to be a very positive year for you, okay? Knight of Cups, an offer coming on in. I mean, this is not a love reading, but I would definitely see that there is love for you when you kick back, relax, and, you know, not have so much pressure on. But the Knight of Cups is an offer to follow your heart. So it could be a dream opportunity coming in for you that gives you, you know, encourages you to do something that you've always wanted to do. I'm just going to pull a card on that to see, you know, what finances are attached to that. I mean, you may have put the feelers out just for the heck of it to see what's out there, and suddenly you come across something that's too good to miss. 8 of Pentacles, working hard for your finances, building security. Knight of Cups, I mean, you're getting it again. Even though I shuffled different deck, the message is the same. Something that you love doing, that you can earn money doing, is coming in for you. This could also mean that you are, you know, going to find enjoyment and enthusiasm for your work again. It's just that you've been worked so hard recently that you started to lose a little bit of faith or a little bit of morale because you felt so much under pressure, okay? Some of you may be working really hard to buy a home or save to buy a home, or even think about selling a home. And I feel like if you are currently selling your home, I do feel that there may be a surprise offer on your place before January is out, is what they're showing me, before January is out, which is unusual because offers don't normally come in so much during that period. But I feel, again, 8 of Pentacles, you're working hard for the money. You may learn new skills over the holiday period in order to enhance and increase your opportunities to elevate within your career sector, okay? 6 of Pentacles, definitely a surprise offer coming on in. 6 of Pentacles tends to mean a surprise gift from the universe, but this could also be a bonus that you were not expecting in your environment. So watch out for that. But I definitely get this energy of you being offered something to, in some way, do something that you love, elevate. It makes you so excited you start planning for it before the end of the year is out, okay? So watch out for some really good news. Now, the Emperor card is your card, my beautiful Aries. So this is about you surveying your land, building a strategy for the year ahead, but also it's you ready for success, okay? This is a card of, you know, building your empire, strategically moving towards a goal that you want to accomplish and being successful. Emperor is also, you know, I mean, it's also an indication that you need to be strict with your budget when it comes to purchasing things or spending this month. I feel like towards the end of the month, you may be a little bit more in the flow and a little bit loose with the coins. Now, of course, that's fine, but this is a card that indicates perhaps a stricter, tighter budget is necessary towards the end of the month. But you know yourself, my beautiful Aries, you know your finances. Also, this is a card of getting organized. You're not waiting, you're taking action. So at the end of the year, I feel like you're formulating a plan for 2023 already. Okay, you're hitting new targets, or you're strategizing on how to work smarter, not harder this in 2023. Okay, but I feel like you're going to be following your heart, and it's going to be very, very successful. Just going to go get 3 more cards for you before I close the reading. Seven of Wands, keep going. It's been hard. You may have been very, very stressed, but don't give up on your dreams. Seven of Wands is you being at the top of your game. Four of Wands, something to celebrate. Temperance, have patience. Things are all mixing. They're all blending together. You're creating something really special. Seven of Wands there, as you can see, you can go the distance. You are unstoppable. Your passion will push through any obstacle. Just keep going. Sustained effort is the way. And Seven of Wands is also, yes, you may be feeling stressed, but don't give up, because what you're fighting for, what you believe in, will actually be successful. So keep going, okay? Also, Four of Wands is a card of celebration. Time to celebrate good news. Some of you may also network for your business, or you may meet important connections at these invitations that are going to be sent your way. So if you're invited to something, of course, be mindful of double booking. But I would say there's definitely someone at one of the events that actually could hold the key to a lucrative opportunity, or even tells you about something that they are doing and that will bring in more money. And you're like, wow, that's a great idea. I didn't realize it would be that easy. And they're like, yeah, try it out. Do your due diligence before you try it. But I feel like it's a really important piece of information that will help you. Temperance card also, everything is coming into balance. What you've been waiting for, what you've been working towards, you're aligning yourself with that, and you're going to achieve it. Remember, whenever you get the Temperance card, the Temperance card is about magic. It's about blending all your talents, your gifts, your commitment, your dedication, your drive, your tenacity, and your hard work all together to make something really exciting. And I feel like things are going to be a lot more in harmony as we close out the year. There's going to be peace of mind, and I feel you're closing out the year on a real high note and ready to get going on the next year, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Also, the Four of Wands, they want me to say before I go and get the last card, Four of Wands is a card of being invited to like an office party, or perhaps going out and having fun, and, you know, there being more time for you to go out and enjoy yourself. So if you have been feeling very stressed, it's time to let your hair down as you unwind the year down, okay? They want me to go one more. Interesting. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Peacock, vibrancy. As I think they gave me this sentence earlier that I have never heard before. Vibrational attainment. It stuck in my mind because I was like, oh, I got to look that up when I go out of this reading. Vibrational attainment. I think I said that in your reading, and they're giving you the card of vibrancy. So vibrations are changing. You're attracting better opportunities, better luck. You're closing down cycles, and there is reward here. So we've got links, keeper of secrets. Take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secrets and you keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. So perhaps, you know, once you take a step back and withdraw, that Six of Swords is about you moving on, or, you know, not engaging in any more difficulty. You're taking a step back to see who likes to push people's buttons, or who has got your back. You may be looking at relationships, people that you work with, and see who supports you, who does not. And you may be really getting a measure of a person and whether you want to work with these people anymore. If you're an entrepreneur, you work for yourself, perhaps you've got a really lucrative idea or a secret deal that's about to take place, and you're just keeping it to yourself until it happens, because I feel like you don't want to jinx it. You're kind of like, you know what? Work hard in silence and let my work speak for itself, which is a very positive way to look at it, very mature way as well. Now we got peacock vibrancy, and you've got the star, so that's about being seen, okay? And peacocks, they are being seen because they have such wonderful tail feathers, right? So you were born to shine and inspire, and that's exactly the card that you've got there. Practice humility and avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life, and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. Very important message, okay? It's not about being egotistical and sort of shouting at everybody like, look at me. It's about owning your power. It's about owning your skills and saying, yeah, I worked hard to get to this position. I deserve the rewards. It's not about playing small in this lifetime. It's about being honest with yourself and saying, I value my skills. I value what I bring to the table, and I should be fairly recompensed. When you get the Six of Pentacles like you got there earlier, Six of Pentacles is about reciprocity. You're very generous. You like to make sure everybody is working for the same common goal. You are not the sort of person who would walk over people to get to where you want to go. You are someone who is is a really good team player. I feel like some really good karma coming back to you for the way that you've conducted yourself over the last year. You deserve this success, so enjoy it. I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we close. Okay, we have the lucky cat. So lucky cat connects to independence, of course, or perhaps having your eye on something that you want to do and strategizing. They always do. I always get this. Whenever I get this trinket, I have this desire to do what the cats do, that little shuffle before they pounce on something that they really want. It's about eyeing things up. It's about strategizing, having a plan before you move forward. But luck is on your side, okay? So I feel cats may be a symbol. I mean, you got lynx there, which is of the cat family. So I feel perhaps something that you got your eye on, that you're observing or wondering if it'll work out. It will work out for you, okay? But you may be weighing things up before you take that leap of faith. And I feel like luck is on your side, okay? But you may see lots of images of cats over the next couple of weeks. I mean, you may have a lucky cat that crosses your path, a black cat that crosses your path. If you've got a cat, I feel like, you know, you're lucky enough to have one of those. They have chosen you to live with, so I feel like you're already lucky there. But I feel like it's cat symbolism that's going to indicate some sort of good news is headed your way regarding your career, where you can feel proud of yourself, okay? So watch out for that. You could be walking down the sidewalk and see cat graffiti, or you could see someone with a tattoo of a cat or a logo or a symbol. Watch out for cat symbols, because I feel this indicates some good luck is coming your way. And I feel like it leads to a little bit more independence within your working environment. Whether you're remaining working for an establishment or you are actually working for yourself, I see you leveling up to new positions, new heights, taking new status and new money with it as well, okay? Financially, I do feel like you will get some sort of bonus, but it's something you worked for. I definitely feel like it's something you worked for, but you may be offered something else that brings in more finances. So look out for that too. I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Aries. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aries. Love and light.